Hi everyone, Debbie again. I'm just going to do a project today and we'll see how we go. I made this because I couldn't find any of the big wooden beads at the Dollar Tree that I see everybody using. I wanted some of these beaded garlands, I guess you call it, to use in my decorating. And I made this one, but I'm not particularly happy with how it turned out, and I'll show you why. I couldn't use these because they cracked or had a dent in them, but I took, if I can open this one. I don't see any ends on it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I did is I started off and I took the caps off and I saved these because I ended up using those to put my tassel in and I really liked it, so I saved these. And then it has this little knob on it, and I cut that off, which left this huge hole. And then I used my paper piercing tool and I just went through that hole and pierced it on the other side. But what I did find, if you do it this way, is if you do your hole right on that seam, because these are like half circles that have been sort of welded together, it splits the ball and then you can't get the hole put through it, and you end up not being able to use it. But the reason I didn't like it also was because once you put them together you could see the big hole. So what I did is I tied a piece of rope around it, and I glued it with my glue gun to the side that had the big hole. And it's okay, but I don't know that I particularly like the twine on there. And then I used a skinnier hemp twine for the tassel, and I just wrapped it around my hand a whole bunch of times until they looked like they were even. So I'm still going to use it, but yeah, I really don't like the twine in there. So what I thought I would try today is to leave these little button things on there, and drill a hole in the other side, not on the seam, hopefully. And then I'm gonna run the twine through it that way. But I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday and I got these spacer beads, and I'm going to put a spacer bead on the side that I drill the hole into, so that it's not the same size as this one, because I couldn't find any the same size. I wanted gold and silver and I couldn't find any, and there's no Michaels near me, so I think I'll just use these. They were $2.99, but it was either 50 or 40% off, so I got them on sale. And I'll just put the spacer bead on this side and we'll see how we go. So first of all, I'm going to try to drill a hole in them and see if that works. Let's make it even. Oh, it did. And I even got it near the seam. I don't know if you can see that, but it did work, and I'm pretty sure my needle will go through there. So I will do all of these. I'm gonna alternate silver and red, and actually probably use the silver spacer beads. And let me sorry, I still have a cold. Let me go and drill all of these, and then I'll come back and show you how I put them together. Okay, I'm back. If you have a drill and you can drill these, it's so much easier. I think I forgot to show you that I used my wire cutters and I cut those off, and I ended up with these little bits, which I ended up saving. And if I need to use them for something else, I'll just sand it on a sanding block. A lot of them broke in half or smashed all together, but that's what I did the first time, which I didn't like because it left such a big hole. So if you can drill them or have someone drill them for you, oh, so much easier. So we're going to use silver spacers and put that on first. And then we're going to thread through the little hole because it's too hard to go through the big hole. And you're going to need a pair of pliers because with the tapestry needle having a bigger eye and having the double hemp through there, it's harder to get it through. So there's that one. And I don't need a spacer here because we've got that. So I'm going to put this one on. Oh, I'm going to do red next. Sorry. And I made this, I laid all the balls out and I measured the hemp so that it's, oh, probably 6 or 7 inches longer than I needed because I want to be able to tie it off and tie on the tassels. So I'm going to have to cut this end so I can get it back through the needle. Okay, so to the red one. Oops. And then a silver one. You even have a big hole on the other side. I'm having trouble finding it. Oh, that one doesn't actually. Huh. Oh, there it is. And then a red one. Oh, and I'm not sure I mentioned it, but these little balls came from the Dollar Tree. And these are supposed to be, I want to use these beaded garlands in my Christmas displays. So that's why I didn't paint them, because I was thinking, because I couldn't find the wooden beads there, that I either had to order a bunch of them off of eBay or Amazon or something, or I could take these and paint them with spray paint. So I might have to do that if I want some for regular everyday. See, I was thinking I was going to have to use spacers on each one, but I wasn't really thinking ahead, so I don't actually have to have a spacer except on the beginning and the end. And of course they're not, you know, they're not as pretty as the wooden bead ones, but I think from a distance you're really not going to be able to tell. I mean, if you get right up and look at them, you can tell that they're plastic, but get it through there. There we go. Okay, and this is my last one. And then I'll show you how I do the tassels. And I'm using, oh, let me put on a spacer bead. Well, I actually probably don't need one here either because I've got that. I put one anyway. Just go down in there. Okay, I'm using wood glue. I've got the Gorilla wood glue because I don't want the hot glue. I tried hot glue on the last one and I don't want it it comes through. I'm going to use these silver tips. It comes through these gaps in the this little cap. So I'm going to use wood glue because, you know, I can wipe that off. So I'm not going to use hot glue. And if you have any kind of tacky glue will work. Sorry, this cold is hanging on. Alright, so we're going to try to make some tassels. This time I might count because last time I didn't count, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's 30 times. That should be good. 30. Oh yeah, I think I need to stop there because I need this end to be able to go into that cap. So I better stop there. See if it's going to go into the cap. Might have to cut it down, you know, unwind it a bit. No, that'll go in there. So about 30 times. And I'm going to put this through here to really pull those tight. Get that off. And then I need another piece of string. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to tie a piece of this around here. If you can do it by yourself. Which is hard. Okay, now I need to pull those back up. That's what I might do. This next one is leave this in there so that I don't lose the ends. And we're going to tie this in a knot. I'm going to scoot it up closer to the end. And hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. Oops. And then I'm going to put wood glue on the end. Okay, maybe we're stuck. I have some dried wood glue in there. And I do. Sorry guys, got some dried glue in there. Doesn't want to come out. Okay. Okay. And then like that. Let's see. A bunch more in there. Can't get it out. Oh. It's on both sides. I'm going to have to run that under the sink. It's not coming out. Alright, I'll go get a different glue. Alright, this is Aileen's tacky glue. We're going to try this one. Alright, let's see if this works. There we go. So I'm just going to put glue all around. I'm going to take one of these silver caps and I'll squish this so that everything is covered with the glue. And then into the cap. I should have brought something to wipe my hands on. So all of these, and sometimes I don't know if you can see it, but some of the pieces will poke through those little slits. So I just poke them back in. And then I'll come and wipe that off with a wet tissue. And we'll do the next one. That handy. Okay, so we're going to pull this tight. Pull it there. Okay, and tie another knot in it. And glue. I'm going to put that on there. Oh, missed that one. Missed that side. And these will open up a bit more than they already are. If you're gentle with it, you won't break it. They will open up a little bit more than what you see. So there's that. So I'm going to cut through. And then cut off these little ends. That one's okay, it's hanging down in there. And then on each end, I'll take my needle off. Just stick that through your tassel. I go around several times. It'll only fit through, you know, a few times before it gets too tight. And then wrap it around and put a knot. See if you can see what I'm doing. Oops, that one got behind my spacer bead. Gotta undo that. I don't want it behind the spacer bead. There we go. That spacer bead back. Pull that tight. And then tie another knot. You see I'm struggling here, but it's not really that bad. Just so it doesn't go behind the spacer. There we go. There's my second knot. So then I want to cut that off. And there's our tassel. And we're going to put one on the other end. That knot off. Should have made that string a little bit longer. That's not tight enough. See how there's some play in that? I want it tighter than that. I don't want it so loose. So pull that up and then tighten it again. There. And then we'll wrap it around the base of it. Oops. And put another knot. I should have left that longer. And then another knot. Okay, and we're going to cut that off. And now we have our beaded tassel. Sorry. This cold is going to get me yet. So that's it. That's my beaded tassel. And I like using those little clips there. So there we go. I like that one better. If you look at it, it looks better, I think, than having that string in there. And I like the silver and red together. A silver and gold one would be pretty. I mean, a red and gold one would be pretty. And then I have gold caps that I could use. So